Just watching just about Hatha Yoga for Friday, just to get us started. I've got enough space. So just come to standing. I'm just going to take the feet about hip width and spread the toes. And make the feet as big as you can. So pulling the heels back. Keep the knees a little bit soft. Don't lock them out completely. And just roll the shoulders. And you can close your eyes or just soften your gaze towards your tip of your nose. And just connect to the physical body. Connect to the breath. Keep the knees soft. And just keep checking in with the weight distribution on the feet. So you might want to move around. Just get that weight nice and even on all points of the feet. And really just pushing gently into the feet. Feel that pushing down give you a little bit of a lift up through the spine. Inhale, lengthen all the way up the back of the spine and out through the crown of the head and roll the shoulders back and down. Just stay here with the breath, with the physical body, observing any sensations that you might notice in the body. And we're just observing the breath. Observe if the breathing is slowing down or becoming more even. Keep pushing down into the feet. Feel the softness and the lightness in the torso. Roll the shoulders back and round and down. Keep checking in with that weight distribution on the feet. So I've said this so many times, if you're leaning forward a little bit, you're putting stress and strain and tension on the back body, and if you're leaning a little bit over to the back, then you're putting some tension onto the front body. So just want to be standing at the least amount of energy, the least amount of activity in the body, just to have that nice calm equilibrium. And if you've got your eyes closed, just gently open them. I'm just going to inhale the shoulders up and release. Keep the knees soft again. Inhale up and let it go. And again. And release. And then roll the shoulders all the way around. Just take random movements with the neck, the shoulders. Any bits that feel like they need a little bit more attention, roll them out, release, and then just swing the arms back and forward. Keep the knees soft, pushing down into the soles of the feet. And then take the arms up, palms together, push the palms in towards each other and drop them down in this reverse prayer. Try and keep a neutral spine at the low back and pushing a little bit in towards the palms. Feel that extension across the shoulders widthwise. Just a gentle push. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing the neck. Gentle push of the palms together. And opening out just across the upper part of the ribs. And then stretch the arms up. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. And then pull the arms back and drop them down. And just release, shake out. Anything that you need to do just to release. And then we're just going to take the arms behind. And if you can get into a reverse folded arms, that's good. But if you feel like you need to compensate by going into this hyperlordosis, just let the arms come out a little bit. So we don't want to be able to do this because we are bending backwards. We want to be standing in neutral and just let the arms go where they can. And just stay here. And you'll notice that when we do this, the shoulders are just slightly lifted. Just relax the arms. I'm just going to start stretching side to side with the neck. So inhale in position. And then exhale to the right. And move with the breath. So don't speed up the breath. Inhale back to the center. Exhale to the other side. Slow down the movement. Never speed up your breath to keep up with the movement. And that pivot point is right at the top of the spine, at the top of the neck, which is actually quite high up between the ears. So feel like that's where the movement is coming from. Trying to keep the spine upright. Just occasionally checking in with that weight distribution on the feet. Checking that you're not locking out your knees. And then back to the center. I'm going to go side to side and keeping the arms folded behind. Take the right ear to the right shoulder and feel that amazing stretch right down the side of the neck. Just keep the shoulder down, left shoulder down. Nice stretch. Keep pushing some weight down into the feet. Just breathe naturally here. And back to the center. Shoulders over, shake in between, and then over to the other side. Keep the weight distribution on the feet, keep the knees soft. Just allow that left shoulder to lift if it needs to, but try and keep the right shoulder down. And take a couple more breaths here. And back to the center. Let's just swing the arms out now. Just release them. We're going to go back there. Again, do a couple more things. Just shaking out. And just bring the arms back again. We're just going to do one more neck stretch here. Be gentle with your neck. We're going to do half circles in the front. Okay, we're not going to circle all the way around. And just exhale the chin forward and then inhale, right ear to right shoulder. Exhale back down to the center and all the way over to the leg. Inhale to the side, exhale to the center. Inhale to the side. Exhale to the center. Keep the knees soft. Keep the weight distribution nice and even on all points of the feet. Remember, the movement slows down to the breath, not the other way around. And back Now we're going to do half circles to the back, so just be gentle. If you don't like it, then just leave this out. But just a little bit as far as you can comfortably. To the side, and back to the other side. Pushing strongly down into the feet. Getting that base, that grounding, core switched on. The stira, the strength, the firmness, coming from that grounding down into the legs. And just release back to the center and just shake out whatever you need to do. And just check something. I always just get myself in a bit of a mistrust of technology, and I just want to make sure that I'm just trying to get in with the link. I just don't trust technology. I don't trust myself with technology, but that's more like it. So just release. I'm going to take this reverse crane again, hands together, reverse crane. We're going to come into a slight back bend. We're going to use the arms to support the head as you come back. So you know your own neck. So just keep that neutral lumbar curve and come back into a back bend. Again, it's really crucial here, the weight distribution on the feet. Don't go too far forward, don't go too far back. Push down strong, get the legs really strong, and then come into your back bend. Couple of breaths here, pushing the palms of the hands together. If you feel like you need to come out of this, come out and come back in. If you're quite happy staying in your back bend, stay in your back bend. If you want to intensify your back bend, you can take your arms behind. So from here, pushing strongly into the legs. Get your stira on in the legs, really strong. And then feel the lightness, the supine ease as you stretch back. You can, if you want, let your head drop back, but you don't have to. And just make sure that you don't stop breathing. So as strong as you can get into your legs, keeping as neutral a spine as you can in the lumbar curve. And you get deeper into this back bend without striving. And then when you're ready to come out, bring the hands back down. Push down to the legs. And then slowly come back to neutral. Just let the arms go free. Release. And then from here, let's just do a kind of half hula hoop. Just stretching the back. Roll back. This nice counter pose for the back bend. And then just hang forward and stay here and stretch the back of the spine. The knees slightly bent, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the jaw. And then slowly come back up. And let's just do a little palm tree posture, just taking the feet maybe a little bit wider than hips. And just swinging around, releasing the spine. You can either look behind you, down at the floor, or if you have any issues with vestibular or any balance issues, you might want to just keep the gaze to the tip of the nose and just keep looking in front. Bringing the weight maybe a little bit back onto the heels and just feel how that is releasing the spine. Just moving freely and breathing freely. And then we're just going to slowly come back to our Tadasana. Just spreading the toes. Just checking in with the physical body, the sensations, the movements, anything that you notice about your physical body. Checking in with the weight distribution, keeping the knees so all the shoulders. Push down strongly into the feet. And just stay here and breathe freely. Just observe any changes in the breath, any changes in your energy, and the physical sensations. And then gently open the eyes. Shake out in whatever way you need to. I'm just going to bring these arms behind one more time. Just relaxing the shoulders. And then just take your right arm and free the right arm out to the side, palm facing the front, and stretch the arm out. And then stretch the arm up. Now watch the shoulder. If it shrugs up to the ear, then just keep the arm bent. You want to just feel space around the neck, stretching the shoulder girdle and the upper ribs. Keep the knees soft. Arm all the way up. And then your option is either to take the arm behind or just rest it on top, or you can just here, or you can keep it behind. Just, you know your own shoulders. What you need to do, and we'll take a slight side bend. So pushing down strongly, keep a neutral lower spine. Feel that elbow pushing up towards the spine, and a nice stretch down the right side. Turn so that the outside edge of the right foot is pushing down towards the floor. Feel that stretch right up the right side of the body. And if you want to, you can take the arm up and over and just feel that stretch intensify. Keeping the chest facing the front, shoulder released on the left side. And release. Soft knees, bring the arm down and give a good old shake. And then when you're ready, take the arms behind and do the same on the left, keeping a nice neutral lower back. And stretch the arm, left arm out to the side. Keep the knees soft, stay really grounded. Get your stirrup on. And then with whatever mobility you have in the shoulder, either stretch the arm up or take your modification. Arm behind if that's working for you, and take your side bend. Make sure that you're really grounded into the feet. If you lose that stirrup in the feet, then that's why you might start to notice a bit of discomfort all around the chest and the mid part of the spine. To imagine a fishing rod and you're gripping the base with your deep core muscles. So you're pushing down into the legs and switching that on to keep you nice and stable. And again, extend the stretch. Feel that stretch coming down the outside of the hip. And release soft knees, bring the arms behind and just give them a good old shake. Whatever you need to do, just release, shake out the legs, shake out the arms, shake out whatever you need to shake out, release. And then just take the feet a little bit wider. If you can, I'm going to take this off. It's cold in here. And it's just kind of blocking kind of view of what's going on. So, see how you go with clasping the hands behind. And if that's not working without the shoulders kind of scrunching up, then maybe just taking the arms behind or even making fists and pushing together. And if you can, clasp the shoulders and come into a forward bend. Keep the knees soft. And then from here, if you can, I don't know if you can see this, but a little bit of a twist to one side. So I'm twisting my arms over to the right, over that way, and I'm feeling a bit of a stretch here. Just do what you can. If this isn't suitable, then don't do it. And then back to the centre and over to the left. And then just shrug the shoulders a little bit, and then just take a nice stretch all the way up, lengthening through the arms, relax the neck, keep the knees soft, pushing down strongly into the feet. And then we'll let the arms go, let them swing forward, and just release the arms down. Fingertips on the floor, or if you need blocks, or even if you need to use a chair or a wall. And then we're just going to start pushing gently. So pushing the right leg back, take the weight onto the right foot and feel a stretch coming right up the back of the right leg. One full deep breath. And then over to the left. And we feel that switching on, that stretch in the back of the legs. Keep moving side to side. Just taking the weight across from one foot to the other. Pushing back into the heel, lengthen up the back. Exhale, drape down. And both feet push back into the heels, lengthen all the way up through the back of the leg, tailbone lifted up. And then a little bit forward onto the ball of the foot and just drape forward. Drop the head, release the shoulders. You can hook your toes if more that's accessible. And just get the weight nice and even now, pushing strongly into the heels and balls of the feet, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, chest towards the thighs. Always pushing down strongly into the feet. And release. Soften the knees, bring the elbows onto the knees, take a breath here. And then take the hands onto the knees, straighten up a little bit more, take another breath. And then slowly all the way up. Nice and slow all the way up. Scooping the belly in. And coming up and shaking it. And again, let's just come into our Uttanasana and have a little check-in with where we're at in the physical body. And breath. What's happening to your energy? As your body releases any tension, you can feel that energy start to move. Yoga is much more for the nervous system, for the mental and emotional well-being than anything else. So if you can feel any buzzing or pulsation or tingling, any kind of sense of that energy body, the pranamaya kosha, maybe in the palms of the hands, we've got quite a lot of nerve endings in the palms of the hands, so that's one place where you might feel that energy moving. lengthening all the way up through the spine, pushing into the feet, keeping the knees soft. Exhale, shoulders back and down. Well done. Release. I'm going to take the feet quite wide on the mat. I'm just going to go side to side. So I'm taking a bit of a forward bend here. And just start off, you can always take the feet further apart if you need to. Keeping the knees and the hips facing the front. The movement is, I don't know, that looks like some kind of jazzy dance, but it's side to side. It's not like this. It's in the frontal plane. So it's bend one knee. And as you start bending down, you feel a stretch on the inside of the thigh. And if you don't bring your feet wide enough and the heel starts to lift and you feel kind of restricted here, that's a sign that you need to take your legs wider. So notice a different bone structure. And here, what I want you to do is really focus on that connection with the feet and the floor. And don't let the weight move from side to side. Try and keep it nice and even. So you're really doing this grounding, nice, relaxing, grounding session. Exhale down, inhale to the center. Just observing your natural breath. So it's not like at the gym we want to do like as much as we can, as quickly as we can. It's just about keeping that movement in time with your natural breath. As you push down, especially into the straight leg, that's going to protect your knee and really help that stretch. Let's do one more each side. Now we're going to come back over to the right side. And now turn the feet to the right. So keep your left foot more or less where it is. And then from here, I want you to turn so your chest is facing the front. And make sure that you are self-supporting, so you're not having to lean. You are self-supporting on your legs. And that might mean you need to bring this back foot in a bit, and that's fine. For the next move, it's really important that you are fully supported by the legs. That's what we're going to do here. We're going to inhale and straighten this leg and straighten the arms up. So I just want you to observe what's moving. There's very little moving here. I'm going to bend this knee and I'm going to take the arm overhead. And that's all. Torso isn't moving. Exhale, bend the knee, stretch the arm. Inhale, straighten the leg, right leg, and the arm comes up. Again, focusing on that weight connection with the soles of the feet. So when I bend the knee, the weight's coming more onto the right leg, the bent leg. When I inhale and come back, the weight's more even on both feet. Stay here. Drop the arm behind if you want. Nice. I'm going to take this arm behind and gently come up and make sure that your torso is straight up and down, not leaning, and just keeping a nice vertical torso. And then arms out into warrior one, warrior two, pushing down into both feet really strongly. Squashing bubble wrap under your feet. Relax the shoulders. And as you push down into your legs, relax Sthira from the Sukha, lightness, the ease in the lumbar spine, kind of neutralizing that lumbar curve. Now we're going to straighten this leg up now. Phew. And a burny one. I'm coming to a peaceful warrior, so you can take this arm behind and stretch this arm up just like we did in the side bend. So you can either start bending this knee again or keep it straight if you need a rest. So all the same options with your hand, maybe behind the head, or maybe just on top of the head, and even just by the side. If you want, you can do a similar movement. Stretching the arms straight, legs straight, and the knee, stretch the arm over. An eye on the weight on the feet, the connection of the soles of the feet with the mat. And bring the arms back. Whew, shake out. Release the feet. And then just release the legs. That's what you need to do. The breather. Shuggle, whatever you need to shuggle. If you understand what that means. And then we'll do the other side. So let's just take a few breaths. Releasing in to Vasana. Keeping the knees soft. So making sure the breathing is restored back to a nice calm equilibrium. And then when you're ready, take the feet wide. And I can tell that it's been swing. So take the feet wide. We'll just go side to side a couple of times and then we'll go to the left side. Do exactly the same as before. Let's do a couple side to side. And remember, and just get the attention onto the soles of the feet. And take all the way off to the left. Keep pushing down into the right. And then turn the feet, or at least turn the left foot. And then make sure that you're standing unsupported. Take the right hand onto the back of the hip and twist so that the chest is facing the front. And lift up. And remember, very little movement. So it's just from here to here. My torso is not moving all around the place. Okay. So make sure that you have got the power in that left leg to bend and straighten without moving the torso. Otherwise, move your right leg a bit closer maybe. So inhale, straighten the left leg, arms up and down. Exhale, bend the left leg and stretch right down. Outside edge of the right leg. All up the right side. Let's do one more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Breath up to here, so I'm still not leaning on my thigh. And then just come back up. Nice and straight. Torso up and down. Into warrior two. Push down strongly and evenly into both feet. Feel these muscles inside switch on. Feel the neutral lumbar curve. And you feel the softness and the lightness coming into the spine. And then straighten the spine. And then you can start doing a peaceful warrior stretch the arm up. Options. Just whatever is good, depending on your shoulder. You take your right arm behind. And if you want, you can move things dynamically. Or just hold the position. Left leg straight, or the left leg bent. Stretch down here. And just come back and release. Feet facing the front, bend the knees, just hang, resting elbows onto the thighs and release. Release the leg, release the jaw, release the low back, slowly, just shifting out. See that now. Turn on. Right, so just and then when you're ready, you might want to stand up and shake out. We're going to come down onto our backs. If you need to, you can do the palm tree posture again. That's what we need to do to release. Shaking out. Whatever way you need to. Do. And then come down. This is annoying. Come down onto your back. So I'm just going to go rolling. I really like rolling. You can really feel it working the deep core. I don't know why, because it's just rolling. I love it. So depending on how your lumbar covers, mine's quite pronounced. So the thing here is to get the articulation with every vertebrae. So that is going to mean that, it's a tiny, to start with, it's just making sure that there's no clunk. I don't know if you heard that. And the thing to do when you're coming back is the most difficult thing, which is absolutely nothing. So if you start tensing as you come back, it's not going to work. It's all about exhale and let go and come back. And then just see how your rolling goes. It might become quite big. We're not trying to roll all the way back into pond pose or anything. It's something else up my sleeve for you. You might be able to take your hands on your shins. Don't worry if you can't. It's just more important that you get a nice even roll and every vertebrae is touching. And then you might start to feel as you roll freely that the deep postural core is starting to work. So you can keep rolling here. A few more. And rest if you need to. And here's an extension. So that means it's not compulsory. Exhale back and see if you can take the arms overhead and just touch the feet. Don't worry if you don't get long way back. But what we're going to do when we come back, we're going to just not touch down, we're going to go straight into boat pose. So from here, up, and then boat pose could look like this, or it might be full, or even hands down. Take a breath. Inhale and then exhale as you come back. We're going to do this again. So the thing is, if you want a challenge, is to hold boat pose for maybe a count of 1. Inhale, exhale back. And then hold boat pose for a count of 1, 2, and back. Inhale first. And exhale back. Count to 3. Remember, it could be here or here. It's fine. Make sure you're lifting. And then exhale back. You could go all the way up to 5, all the way up to 7, or just stop. If you're over it, just be over it. Just keep breathing. That's the only compulsory thing. So if you're forcing yourself into something and it's stopping you breathing, then that just seems like a paradoxical. But I see it a lot. Up 7, and in your last one, just cross your legs and release. And that's us over the hump. We're going to come back and just stay here cross-legged. Do a little bit of breathing. And then we're jumping on again. So just get a block under your sit bones if you need it. Get layers if you need them. We're nearly about finished. Just got a wee bit of breathing and then more relaxation things to do. So let's just allow that breath back to equilibrium. Make sure that you're completely comfortable. And then take one Vayu Mudra. So the finger goes in, into the crook of the thumb. Yeah? And palms facing up. So if you've got an issue with your hands and you can't do that mudra, just keep your palms facing up. Okay? And just breathe. And relax and release. And feel the breath coming into the low belly. So this mudra, the palms facing up, is going to help the breath automatically go in to the base, diaphragmatic breathing. And as the breath comes in, feel the breath tracking in through the throat and down the chest, so that expanding, filling up with space and lightness and ease. So just feel the throat expanding, filling up with space and lightness. And exhale. And then as you inhale, just track that breath further down into the chest, and the tension around the chest. And then into the belly, so feeling that belly blowing up like a balloon. And filling up front, sides, and even into the back. And on your next breath, feel the breath pushing down into your pelvic floor. So this is great for just relaxing any tension in the pelvic floor, pushing down into the whole of the pelvic basin. So it's the opposite of holding in the toilet. If you've got that feeling of holding, just, blocking, just try and release and feel that tension being pushed away by the breath. And then feel the breath pushing down into the hip sockets, taking the tension away from the hips, the joints. And then see if you can feel the breath pushing back into the low back of the sacrum, just with the back of the hips. So very much feeling that the breath is pushing down, like it's filling a big jug from the bottom up. And then just release the breath. Just let go of that breath, just natural breath. Just keep the attention to the tip of the nose, the entrance of the nostrils. Just watching the natural breath. The most simple meditation. Just the natural breath meditation. There's many different meditation tools and common gimmicks. Focusing on things and visualizing, seek mantras and future mantras, I think it's called. Um, but just the natural way is a seamless meditation. Completely safe. Just when it goes about deconditioning, we can get too conditioned into other types of meditation. We're going to progress. Nice deep breaths. And then just release, relax. And come down, come to our back. So do one more little stretch for the shoulders, just set ourselves up for our relaxation. So just bring the feet really close in. We're going to come into a bridge, just momentarily. Really stretching the spine. And as you lift, tuck the tailbone and lift. Doesn't have to be a big lift, just a tiny lift is fine. And then push the back of the neck down. This thing's really annoying. Push the back of the neck down into the floor and the chin to the chest. And then bring your feet further back and really feel that the feet pushing away from you to really enhance that stretch in the back of the neck. And then from here, we're going to take the arms overhead. And they can be bent, they can be out to the sides, just relax. Make sure that there's plenty of space between the shoulders and the ears. Then we're going to come down slowly onto the spine. So one vertebrae at a time, from the top to the bottom, tucking and releasing. And that's going to really intensify that stretch around the chest, around the rotator cuff, around the upper chest. And then either just take the knees to the left or cross the right leg over the left and take the legs down to the left. So you've got two options. And then you can turn the head to the right. Just stay here and enjoy a nice stretch right down, diagonal stretch down the front body. And just stay here for a few more breaths. And then come back to the center. Just really orientate yourself on the mat, and then you can do the other side. So either feet together to the left, or crossing the left leg over the right, and over to the right, and turn the head to the left. And just enjoy a nice stretch. Couple more breaths here. And then gently, when you're ready, just come back to the center or unravel your legs. And then just come back onto your mat. And just give yourself a big hug. A big hug. Just gently moving around, massaging your lower back. Release the shoulders. Take the hands on the chest and just take the shoulders up and down. And take the arms up, over, move around in whatever way you feel you need to. Just take whatever last movement you want to. And then when you're ready, come into your relaxation position. So that might be, as we've done through lockdown, you can either take your feet up against the wall, legs up against the wall, or if you're in your room or your bedroom, wherever, you can take your knees up onto your furniture like this. You can take your arms out by your sides, or you can take one hand on the low belly, one hand on the upper chest. If you want, you can just come to plain hold and core exposed. Take the feet to the corners of the mat, roll the feet open, arms about the same angle as the legs, hands facing up. And if you've got low back issues, you can put a big cushion underneath your knees, or you can bend your knees up to the edge of the mat and drop the knees in. So don't hold your knees up with tension. It's actually putting tension into the joints. Just want to keep that nice and relaxed. Just take your position, whatever position you're in. Just stay here. Nice deep breaths. Just gently observing the physical body and aware of the sensations, the movements in the physical body, movements with the natural breath. The belly rise and fall as you inhale and exhale, chest expanding as you inhale. And also just maybe feel that change. The breath is shape changing. So when you inhale, you might feel the connection points of the various vertebrae on the mat. You might feel a change in that as you inhale. You might feel more connected and more kind of straight and flat as you inhale. And as you exhale, feel yourself just sinking down, becoming nice and heavy and relaxed. Shoulder blades sinking down into the mat on the exhale. And the sensations of the breath, cool air coming in through the nostrils. The sensations of the contact points of the body and the mat. So the whole body exploring all the sensations. Not judging, not forcing. Just observing. And observe the natural breath, the pace of the breath, the rhythm of the breath. Observing the changes in the breath. And as the breathing slows down, then the body goes into the parasympathetic response. That's the relaxation response. And that's when the systems of the body come back to equilibrium. We can digest our food, we can eliminate waste, we can make minor repairs in the body, we can start to fight the abnormal cells, we can start the immune system kicks back in, and stress is really one of the biggest compromises to our health. So just some nice deep slow breaths. Just allowing the natural breath to find its own natural equilibrium. And you can stay here as long as you want. As long as you have, just spend that time with your breath, with your body, and just stay here and relax. And when you're ready to come out, just come out really gently, really slowly, and then out to that. So thank you very much for watching, and staying. Thank you for investing in yourself, and I hope you have a lovely weekend. And thank you. Bye.